and welcome to the kindergarten presentation. Um, we are so excited that your child will be joining us in kindergarten next year. And the kindergarten teachers have all each filmed putting together this presentation together. My name is Mrs. Peterson. I am one of the current kindergarten teachers here at John Wayland. And I'm going to just go through some of the beginning welcome information. This is our administrative team. This is our principal, Mrs. Sarah Hamill, and our assistant principal, Diane Secord. And then we have each of the kindergarten teachers are here. Mrs. Peterson is me, and then we have Ms. Kaufman, Mrs. Teeter, and Mrs. Walling. Our support staff in the front office are amazing, and they are here to help everyone in the school, the staff. They're here to help parents. If you have any questions during this process about registration forms or anything at all, please call the front office, and Miss Krista Kane or any of the wonderful women in there will be able to help you. This is also who you would contact next year for attendance or any questions you might have throughout the year with Power School or anything like that. We also have a school nurse who works here, Miss Renee, and we also at our school are lucky to have behavior support assistants. This year their names are Miss Carrie and Miss Silva, and they help support with any behaviors in the classrooms. They're wonderful tools that we can use in our classrooms. We also have our counselors, Mrs. Angie Strait and Miss Emily Kanowski, who are incredible. Our counselor for your children next year should be Miss Emily Kanowski. Miss K, as the students will call her. Actually, she gets married. She will have a different name. But she is wonderful. So is Mrs. Strait. And then we also in kindergarten are lucky to have each room has a classroom assistant. So for at least a portion of the day, there is another adult in the room to support the kindergartners. When your child arrives at school, students will, if they're getting dropped off, they will just walk directly to the classroom each morning. We do ask that parents do not come, especially that first day of school. So take any of your photos and stuff beforehand at home. But students walk directly to our classroom in the morning. 7:50 is when the doors open for school. But you can rest easy, though, that during especially this first week of school and the first few days, that there are plenty of adults around the building to help guide the kindergartners to their rooms. And then just so you all know, the tardy bell rings at 8:20. So after 8:20, students are considered tardy to school. And then lastly, just to talk about a little bit of our daily routines, we in kindergarten strive to get kids on a routine and schedule. And every grade level has a schedule and routine, but it's so important for those kindergartners, especially at the beginning. They're just getting used to being at big kid school all day. And so we, as teachers, will share our daily and weekly schedule. It might not be exactly the same as it is this year, but we will make sure that you know what our schedule and all of our routines are with you. The kindergarten team does most everything the same, but some teachers do things a little bit differently in their own room, so they will communicate that with you. And then every class attends specials each day. So along with all the daily learning activities in the four main areas, literacy and language arts or phonics, math, science, and social studies, they also get to attend a specials class each day. So every child will get to have music, art, and library scheduled one time a week. And then we also have PE twice a week. The only thing that's really important about those specials is making sure that kids are wearing the proper shoes for PE and bringing back library books for library. And then in addition to these specials, a school counselor does come and give a lesson once a week with the class. So that will help them build lots of social skills and help the kids get to know that adult in our building.
Hi, this is Mrs. Teeter, and I just want to share a few things with you that you can expect for your kindergartner next year. Each day, breakfast and lunch will be available to your child. And currently, this year, the breakfast prices are $1.50. The lunch price is currently $2.50. These are subject to change. They may go up for the upcoming year. We're not certain at this point, but each day those options are available. Students will make those lunch choices as they arrive each day, and then they have the opportunity to go get some breakfast as well. The next thing that I'd like to go over with you is our dismissal procedure. You can see at the top right that there is a map that our administrators have laid out as far as if you are picking up your child at the end of the day, where you will enter and wrap around the circle to pull up to the front of the building. Bus riders are actually personally escorted by their kindergarten teachers out to the bus loop, and then any students who are picked up by parents, they are also escorted by us, and we will re-enter the building with your child and keep them with us until you arrive. The last thing that I would like to share with you is daily communication. Your child will have a B folder. The acronym B represents Bring Everything Every Day. In this folder, we will have a copy of our class roster, our daily schedules to help you keep up with which specials we have. And there's also going to be a little zipper pouch where you can send in lunch money, field trip money, permission slips, notes for us daily, whatever it is that you need to communicate back and forth for us. And we will also use that folder to send home completed work and notes from us as well. Hope that you find this helpful, and we look forward to seeing you in kindergarten.
Hi, my name is Ms. Kaufman. If your kiddo's just not feeling well or is going to be in school one day, all we ask is that you email our attendance office with your kiddo's name, grade, their teacher's name, just letting us know why your kiddo's not going to be in school that day. As for dress code, we do ask that your students are in tennis shoes each and every day because it allows them to be safe on the playground and at PE. And we also ask that a seasonal change of clothing is left at school just in case any kindergarten accidents happen. As we continue to enter the summer and get closer to the start of the school year, we can ask that you continue to work with your kiddos on skills such as waiting, taking a turn, being aware of where their body is in relation to other people, and following directions. As we enter the school year, these are, of course, skills that we're going to continue to work and help them master. However, practice at home will only help them master them faster.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Walling, and I am going to talk to you about all the things that you can do at home to help prepare your little one for their kindergarten adventure this year. So starting with kindergarten readiness. So here are some super important basic ways to help your child prepare for kindergarten. So of course, in kindergarten, we love to read. So please try to read with your child, to your child every single day, and encourage that love for books. Fine motor skills are super, super important. We use them all the time. So making sure that they can hold a pencil with a proper tripod grip, all things that we are going to work on. Coloring and especially cutting with scissors, making sure their thumb is at the top, 2 fingers at the bottom, and that they can open and close those scissors independently. Contrary to popular belief, it is kind of important that we do need your child to be able to, in some capacity, write their first name. They're going to be working, so we need to know whose work belongs to who. But really emphasizing that in kindergarten, the first letter of our name has a capital letter, unless you have a unique spelling, and the rest of them should be lowercase. A little bit of a change from pre-K, where we tend to write in all capital letters. Making sure that we can listen and follow multi-step directions. So we're starting with at least 2. For example, go get your shoes and be able to put them on. And of course, making sure that we're just polite and kind kindergartners, using please, thank you, excuse me, and in social skills, can they get along with other children, their teachers, starting to foster and build those relationships to better form a community in our classroom. That's something that we're really big on in kindergarten, is our classroom families, and making sure that your child can function by expressing their basic wants and their needs. really making sure that your child is responsible for their own personal care and their personal needs, that they are able to help support us in cleaning up their messes, that they are able to dress themselves independently. We can help with buttoning or zipping, but should we have an accident, your child does need to be able to completely change their own clothes. Start now by practicing opening those packages, especially at lunchtime. And then, of course, working on numbers and letters and sounds, but making sure that you really hype up kindergarten. We want them to be excited and we want them to love school. So giving that positive praise as much as possible, because learning new things is hard, but that is how we learn. Practicing at home. So like I already mentioned, making sure that we can zip, unzip, button clothing and backpacks. Trying to tie their shoes. This is a year-long skill, but at least being able to put their shoe on themselves is step number one. Opening their food packages, packing and unpacking their backpack, cutting with scissors, and using the restroom independently. So while we might still need some help in the bathroom, please keep in mind that it's really important that your child is able to have proper hygiene for themselves, so that they can learn to help themselves. And of course, making sure that we have clean hands and that they can wash their hands independently. And then lastly, kindness and respect. So like I already mentioned, we're really big on community and classroom. So making sure that we are kind kindergartners always and respectful of ourselves, our peers, our teachers and adults, but also our school and our classroom and our community supplies. When we work together as a team, things are easier and we can get through problems together. And of course, at any time, if you have any questions or concerns at all throughout this kindergarten process, please don't hesitate to email your child's teacher or give them a phone call, and then reach out through Seesaw. That is a communication app for us, your child, and your teacher to communicate with you. And of course, our wonderful and amazing admin team and office staff, as well as our school counselors, are always available to you in any capacity to help you and your family with what you need. We are so excited to have you guys join us at John Wayland in Kindergarten, and we look forward to meeting you guys soon.